Hello and greetings again. I'm going to share with you one of the exchange traded funds that I like to trade. Particularly, it's called the SOXL and it's managed by the Leon. And I'm going to, share with you my insights on this. But before we get started, I'm going to disclaimer that this content is meant only for educational purposes. Always do your own due diligence. But I'm going to dive into the introduction, who manages this fund, and also the history, portfolio composition, its performance, as well as how to buy this, and conclude by sharing what I think. But for those who don't know me, my name is Isaac Jonas and I'm a retail investor pretty much and an economist by academic training, but now going into the business of the day. This particular fund, exchange traded fund, for those who don't know, an exchange traded fund is a situation where investors pull their financial resources together, and then this fund, this money is put together, and the fund manager can then buy particular securities, commodities, or whatever they want to do, and then they try to mimic a particular index. You can't really invest in the index per se, but you can trade the options for the index. I know I can trade SPX, but to buy the shares I only buy the exchange traded funds that track that particular index. Now this fund was started on 11 March 2010, and it has returned over 35.49% since then. So it has been doing really well, but it's highly leveraged, 3 times the daily volatility, right? So what it means is there is the one that it goes up, that is the bull, that is leveraged 3 times, and then the one that is the bear. So if the market drops, it drops by 3 times. If it goes up, it goes up by 3 times. So this is for traders, like if you are you want to make a quick return, but then it can also go down very fast. So this is especially for traders. From what I saw, I kind of like trade this particular ETF, and it's been very interesting, but it tracks the semiconductor index in the New York Stock Exchange, called the IS. You can read it here, right? But this is interesting in the sense that it's not really meant for investors, because it's very volatile. It goes up and down. It is very high liquidity. But for me, I only do this for making money quickly. So I trade this particular exchange traded fund. Now this is the bear that I was telling you, the Derrickson daily semiconductor bear. So they specifically target stocks in that particular sector, the semiconductor and the equipment, but there is the one that is hedged for an upside, which is the SOXL, and the one for the bear, for the if the market drops, it makes more money. So this is the SOX, but it is 0.94% in terms of the net expense ratio. So that's the thing that I also look when I'm investing in a particular exchange traded fund. Now, in terms of the holdings, right, it is mostly invested in the semiconductor sector. You see, these are the companies that they were holding. This was when I recorded this. This was on March 7th, and what happened 2024, and they change, they buy and sell, they are trading, right? So what they do is they buy these shares in percentages, like in this case. So it means you will have exposure to Nvidia. If it goes up, then that's why it's very volatile, right? If it goes down, it also goes down by even much more percentage. So I like this particular ETF, but I like it for trading. Now when I look at the fund performance, it has been performing very well. If someone invested their money since inception, it has been returning 35.49% and on average per year, it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but if you hold for the long term, since it was started, your money will have grown by 35.49%. So I like it for trading, like I said. So I don't hold this for long term. I go for the S&P 500 and other exchange traded funds. Now if you want to buy, when I use my broker, I just go to the select section. I select the ticker name SOXL, and it gives me this option. I click buy, and then I then click buy in the account that I want. If I want to sell, I click sell, and then the commissions you pay here, you can see here, right? But when I'm buying, the commission is very negligible. When I sell, then that's when I get charged some money. So in terms of the opportunities, this is for traders, but the issue is that it is leveraged. So you can make money if the market goes in that direction that the ETF is hedged to. So that's a good thing. But for me, this is risky. If it goes down, it means you lose more because it's leveraged, right? But also I've explained in my past videos, but market risk, inflation risk, credit risk, liquidity risk, these are very real. Market risk, it fluctuates, right? So if you sell when it's down, you lose. And if one of the stocks that is in the particular ETF is declared bankrupt, what it means, it can potentially drop depending on the weighting. So these are the real risks that investors or traders face. So for me, the reason why I do these videos is to kind of educate, provide educational material. But in this particular case, I am doing this when I'm doing trading, right? So it's not an ETF that I hold for investing. So this is it. But in conclusion, this is the reasonable fees, and is managed by Direction. It's a reputable firm in the US, and also it is particularly hedged to the semiconductor sector and the equipment sector, which has been going up. So I like to kind of trade this particular exchange traded fund, and it has been returning quite good returns because it has been on the upward side in terms of the sector in the semiconductor, the equipment. So this is one of the ETFs that I play with when I'm trading. So I hope this is interesting and helpful, and thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing so that you can check out when I release some videos like this in the future. May the market be with you. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.